Hey everyone, Jan here, and I'm going to be doing my manga pickups for this month, July. And I actually got uh, a good amount, more than, for this channel at least, more than I've gotten before for one of these videos. I've got 17 good volumes. Um, so without further ado, let me get started. First is Pokemon Adventures Desperado Pikachu. And this looks much more different than any of the other Pokemon Adventures I've ever seen. Um, it's Volume 1, by the way. Because in the inside it says that it's a Canadian copy, Canadian print. So that kind of explains why it says printed in Canada. But still, it fascinates me, so I just thought, seems cool, so I grabbed that. Next is Sayuki Reloaded, Reload, and this is a sequel to Sayuki. I think it's some sort of gang related manga. Doesn't really interest me as much, but I mean, I saw it pretty cheap, so some point earlier this month, so I just decided to grab it. Next is from the same creator, is Bus Gamer 1999 to 2001, the pilot edition. I thought this was interesting, and it's the same sort of thing, like gang sort of relation manga, but still thought it was interesting because it's called the pilot edition, and the reason why it's called that is because the creator used to run this in the Shonen magazine, but they stopped at around this time, 1999 to 2001. Something happened that it was put on hiatus a lot until eventually just stopped serializing on there. So what the guy did was he put the chapters that he did put on there into a single volume and just cut the pilot, which is the prequel. That was a whole mouthful, I'm sorry. But I just thought it was interesting, just having something that was a pilot of a series. Next is Gintama, Volume 1, a classic, for me at least, and it just randomly came up in my mind one day. I'm like, I gotta have this, so I just got Volume 1. Not sure if I'm gonna get the rest, but it's gonna be in my mind. Great series. Very funny. Next is Yu-Gi-Oh! R, a Volume 4. Random volume, I guess, but this is the prequel to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist and a sequel to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist and prequel to Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium World. I did not know that. I didn't know that this R series existed. And I just thought it was interesting, so I just saw this and I'm like, oh, that's quite interesting, so I got it. It was only one of it, so I wish I could have gone more. Next is Log Horizon, which is an RPG-inspired manga. Um, and it's pretty good. Better than most that I've seen. And the thing about this is that it has it came from a light novel first, and that's still running, I think. It has a good amount, but the manga, there are two different adaptations of the manga, and they're both on hiatus, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get more than this. But still pretty good. I recommend it. Next is, that's what it's called, is Volume 1. And I have the fifth volume over there on my shelf already from an earlier video. And I just, for some reason, this really intrigued me. Just the realistic drawing, it caught my attention. I'm like, they convinced me, so I got that fifth volume. But now I read the back, and it was a romantic comedy. That's what I'm getting from the description, and I'm not really into that. But I did read Nisekoi, so I don't know why I'm saying that. So I went ahead and got this first volume, and I'm actually also going to read it and give an impression on what I think. Next is the ones that I've gotten multiple volumes of. Got all the ones that were singles out of the way. Next is Trigon Maximum, Volume 6, 12, and 14, which 14 is the last one of this. And 14, Maximum, if for those of you that are Trigon fans, I know I am. I watched the original. I think this is the continuation, Maximum, and the original was great, and it came into my mind and I saw these as I was thinking about it actually at the same time, so I'm like, bam, I just wanted to get them. That's that. Sorry if I sound like I'm rushing a little. I don't know. I kind of have a lot of stuff to do. Next is Rosario to Vampire Volume 2 and 3. Oh, my first volume is now not gonna be lonely. um, but yeah, I'm gonna try to continue to collect these as much as I can because I absolutely adored the series. The the first part and the second part, because the second part is kind of like Naruto Shippuden, if you put it that way. But yeah, very fantastic, and I am at some point going to review it. I know I've said it a billion times now. I'm going to review it, but it's just at the back of my list. Next is my probably my favorite finds in this. Now I should call it a haul. I don't know, but my pickups: Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma Volume 13, 14, and 15. Oh, and they are just precious, perfect quality. I'm absolutely loving the series like crazy. And I found these at a bargain at $2.95 each, and I just had to grab them. Had to. They're gonna go great with my volume 12 that I already have there. I wish I would have gotten more, but I got all these, and it was already at my budget, so couldn't get any more sadly. Last but not least is Full Metal Alchemist Volume 10 and 11. Couldn't really walk away with these pickups without at least getting some from my favorite series of all time. Uh, so yeah, they look great, and that would make it the one that I have most of, I think. Yeah, and that is my 17 volumes for this month, my pickups. And if you liked what you saw, you know what to do. Like, subscribe if you want, share, you can do whatever. And just because I got so many, to me at least it's so many, I've actually run out of shelf space. I don't have a big shelf. I have like a little shelf, and I'm gonna have to get my own now. And next month I might not get as much as this, probably a couple. So that's that. But it's all great finds. I'm very satisfied with what I got, and I cannot wait to jump into some of them and even look back at some of the ones that I've read online and stuff. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching my nonsense, and goodbye.